Think I can put into words how happy this makes me.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
So Greg Papa had something to say about Stephon Castle, and I truly want to just dive straight into this. Now, before we do, guys, please go support Spurs Invasion. I do have a video coming pretty soon. It is going to be on Jeremy Sohan, in which I am working through that. So please show this channel a little bit of love and subscribe. The link below is in the description. I've also been thinking about putting this on a shirt. I've really been thinking about putting on a shirt. So the merch shop is still up. I just finished about 3 or 4 orders. A few people have been waiting a while. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I just finished up those, so I will be sending those out. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Let me know if you would, if you think that's a good idea. I think it's a pretty cool design. Me, myself, and I. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this. Popovich, what do you have to say about Stephon Castle? Oh, big shout out to Spurs Central for posting this, by the way. All right, listen.
Stephon Castle comes with a championship ring from UConn and knocked down a couple threes.
He's a champ like us.
In that first half, your thoughts on what you've seen from him so far?
I love his seriousness for such a young kid. I love his pace. You see his expression never changes.
True.
And he doesn't go too fast. He doesn't go too slow. He reads the situations. And the more minutes he gets, the better he's going to be. He seeks contact. He's an excellent defender, and he makes wonderful decisions. So he's going to be a quick study, I think, and get to play on the court pretty quickly.
All right, so that's huge what Pop just said there. And the reason why that's a big deal is because it's very reminiscent of what he used to say about this guy. Maybe not so much the, make great decisions on the court. I don't think he really said that about Kawhi. But he has said, hey, he doesn't really get too flustered, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, keeps the same type of demeanor, goes after contact, loves playing defense. Is very similar to how he felt about Kawhi Leonard and also how he felt about Derek White. But I'm very bought in on the idea that Stephon Castle is going to be something serious. And you love to hear anything from Popovich when it pertains to the team, because we don't actually get to hear Popovich talk that often about players, especially in the offseason. He's off just doing his own thing. But yeah, so this also, obviously he had a vote in who they drafted, so it's no surprise there. But I've said this over and over again, but I really do believe that Stephon Castle is one of those guys that, because some people have not necessarily went at me, okay, I was about to be a little hyperbolic, but some people have challenged me on the idea of me saying he was underrated. They're like, well, how can he be underrated when he's the 4th overall pick? Well, I'm looking at this draft, and this isn't the strongest draft in the world, but I have to say, in a world in which he wasn't on UConn, in a world in which he played on a team where he was able to show everything that in his bag. He was able to show it at UConn, but not consistently, especially since, the way that they play and how their system is set up. But if he was in a different world, he played in a different team where he was just a guy, he could have very well went 1, if not 2. I think he is an underrated player, and the only reason why he didn't go any higher than 4, is because of that, and also because people had questions about his jump shooting, which is so many players in this last draft that people had problems with their jump shots. But with him in particular, I think he is a pretty decent jump shooter. It's just the problem with as far as just being consistent and everything, but his form is there. He was a good shooter in high school, so there's no reason for me to believe that he can't form into a really good shooter. He doesn't have like a broken shot like our boy Sohan, right? Sohan definitely has a broken shot that they're working on, and he's improved like crazy. So I have no reason to believe that Stephon Castle wouldn't be able to improve with a better base when it comes to his jump shooting. So looking forward to this upcoming season. You guys let me know what you thought on what Popovich had to say about Stephon Castle. Really good stuff there. But nonetheless, I will give it to you guys later, man. Until next time, bye.